Guys, welcome back to my channel. I am reviewing the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is the infamous primer that Jeffree Star reviewed a few months back. He compared it to the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I was like a little bit of a late bloomer. I didn't find out about this until my friend told me about it like in April. So by then, like, this product was sold out in every single Ulta store across the country. It's sold out on their website. It's literally completely sold out because of the Jeffree Star review. So it's Jeffree Star approved. So I had to get it. I scoured like the internet, whatever. I found one left in Michigan. And, you know, I had them set it aside and I'm like, oh my God, I don't even want to call them and bring it to their attention. Like, what if they swipe it? Like, I was getting really crazy about this because I needed to have it, because if Jeffree Star says it's good, you know, he has exquisite taste. So I'm like, okay, let me try this. $9. And, I was also looking at the Tarte, I think it's the Amazonian Clay Primer. I wanted like a really good primer to help smooth the skin. My biggest issue is pores. I barely left the store without trying this on. First of all, the packaging is amazing. It's so cute. Okay, so got it, barely got out of the store, had to try it, put it on in my car. I was like, you know, I didn't see much of a difference, and I'm like, maybe it's because, you know, I didn't want to really get in there because my hands were dirty, or you know, maybe it's because I had SPF on or whatever. You know, the next day I did like my normal routine where I like cleanse, whatever, get ready in the morning, and I used this and used it a third time, and I'm sorry to say that this product, it's not what it's cracked up to be. You know, it's called Poreless Putty Primer. I was expecting it to be able to really fill in pores, and it literally did nothing for my texture. Nothing. Like, my skin looked maybe like a little bit smoother, but it's not even close to what a Poreless Putty Primer that was highly recommended, what I was expecting at all. And I am really sad about that. So this is what it looks like. It has so much potential. That's how much I've used. So about 3 swipes from a couple different days. I'll show it to you now. It's called Universal Sheer, so this will be good for any skin type, any skin tone. And you just take like a little bit. That's the texture. And I'll just put it on my hand so maybe you can see. Okay, so you can see as I rub it in, the color, the tone is a little bit different, but that rubs in full blown like a moisturizer, okay? The texture is still there. It's like a little bit better. So let me show you now what a real primer does. This is the Benefit Professional. This is their new, oopsie. This is their new, the pearl one. This is what it looks like. And, whew, wow. So when I smooth this in, first of all, the texture is insane. It feels like a paste. Primers always feel kind of like a paste. It's not supposed to feel hydrating or moisturizing. Like, that's great if it does, but when you smooth it in, it should feel a little bit grainy, like baking soda, only in smaller microparticles, because that is what's going to actually fill in the pores. Like, that type of texture, it's like spackle. I wish you guys could see up close. This is more of like a moisturizing feeling, and this is more of like a pasty, and you want like more of a pasty feeling in order to get that really flawless airbrushed look. You want it to blur, and like this says, poreless. You don't want pores. So this is too moisturizing. The texture when you rub it in, if you have this or you go out and get it eventually, you will see the big difference between this and like a primer, like a good primer. This is wet. This is dry. And by that I mean the texture of it when you're rubbing it between your fingers, you can feel evaporation. When you use the e.l.f., you can feel it gets a little bit cold and it feels a little bit wet, and you feel it start to get cold because it's starting to evaporate, and that's what a moisturizer does. With this, there is no temperature difference. It is temperatureless. You don't feel an evaporation. You just feel it go right on, and it's a little bit grainy. So that's what you want a primer to be. So this, I got this is a travel size, for 0.25 ounces, it's $13. So there's obviously a price difference here, but this is 0.74 ounces for $9. Like, I don't really wear heavy foundation. Maybe this makes for like a really good foundation base where it's keeping your foundation in place or whatever. I'm looking for texture. Like, I don't really wear foundation. I put primer and then I put concealer and then I put setting powder. So I don't really wear foundation. So I'm not looking for, in my primers, one of my priorities is not to have that foundation last throughout the day. That's not a priority. So maybe this is good for that. I don't know. I think that's what Jeffree Star measured it by, but this is called the Poreless Putty Primer, and honey, it's not Poreless Putty. This is like a moisturizer. So anyways, that's my advice for you. Please, if you've tried this, let me know in the comments what your thoughts were, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!